Redmi versus the Realme. The names might be similar, but when you come to the phones, well, there's plenty of differences between them. The Note 5 Pro has been our choice in the budget smartphone category for quite a while now. Now, with the Realme One out, what are the differences between these two? Well, let's find out in today's video. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and before we begin, here's a card to our latest giveaway. I'll also be leaving a direct link to it in the description below, and while you're down there, make sure you hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our daily content. Let's now get started. Let's start with the build. Both phones have drastically different design languages. The Redmi Note 5 Pro with its metal back and vertical dual camera setup exudes class and in hand gives a solid hefty feel, weighing in at around 180 grams. On the other hand, we have the Realme One. Sporting a plastic build, this one feels a bit lighter in hand, weighs in at around the 160 gram mark. Now before you turn your heads away and begin complaining about the plastic build, just look at that back. The diamond back pattern catches light quite beautifully, and honestly, I think this is one of the most beautiful looking phones when it comes to this price segment. So I'm gonna leave this to your choice. As always, the design, that comes down to personal choice. So what would you pick? Here's a card, let me know. So enough with the design, let's turn our attention to the front. Both of these phones, they sport 6-inch Full HD Plus displays. The panel quality is about the same. Outdoor visibility, viewing angles, color reproduction, they're all very close. No major differences here. That said, where there are major differences is with regards to what's underneath. The Redmi Note 5 Pro sports a Snapdragon 636 chip. The 636 is a great chip, but the Realme One sports the much more powerful Helio P60 chip. For day-to-day tasks, both these chips are plenty fast and you won't notice any major differences. But with more intense tasks like say rendering, that's where the P60 shines. The Realme One does very well. On the RAM storage front, we've got 332 and 6128 for the Realme One. The Redmi Note 5 Pro on the other hand comes with 464 and 664 options. Powering these beefy specs, we have a 4000 mAh battery on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. The Realme has a smaller 3410 mAh battery, but the battery life is quite good on that too. Yes, the Redmi Note 5 Pro does better with regards to battery, but the 12nm manufacturing process means despite having a more powerful CPU, the Realme One also manages to last well over a day on a single charge. The Realme One does get the win here thanks to the much better performing chip. The Redmi Note 5 Pro hits right back with the cameras. It's got a dual camera setup to the back, a 16 megapixel primary along with a 5 megapixel depth sensor. The Realme One, it comes with a single 13 megapixel rear camera. In the time we spent with these devices thus far, they've taken some surprisingly decent shots, but the Redmi Note 5 Pro is just better. Under good light, the Note 5 Pro's images are noticeably sharper. Like on this picture, the texture of the roof, it kind of gets smoothened out on the Realme One. Even with portrait mode shots, the Redmi Note 5 Pro holds an edge. That said, for a phone with a single camera, the Realme One does well enough. The difference is even more stark when it comes to low light images. As we can see, the Realme struggles quite a bit. The number plate on the bike, it's just blobs on the Realme One. As far as selfies go, the Realme One has an 8 megapixel shooter compared to the 20 megapixel shooter on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. They both shoot good selfies, but side by side there's an obvious difference in sharpness, especially when you zoom in. The Redmi Note 5 Pro shines again, but the skin tones are pretty good across both phones. So overall, as far as cameras are concerned, it's the Redmi Note 5 Pro all the way. Enough with that, let's talk software. The Note 5 Pro runs on MIUI 9.5 built on top of Android 7.1 Nougat, while the Realme One runs on ColorOS 5.0 based on Android 8.1 Oreo. Both these phones are quite far removed from stock Android and each have their own sets of pros and cons. Personally, I find MIUI a bit more polished and easy to use, but that's not to say that ColorOS is in any way unusable. The screen of gestures are a nifty feature, and if you want to take advantage of that large screen real estate, the navigation gestures work well too. But so does MIUI. In fact, most of the software features are found on both devices, including Face Unlock. Oh yeah, about Face Unlock, well, it works 4 times out of 5, and while that isn't a big deal on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, on the Realme One, that means putting in a password or a PIN or something similar. Why? Well, because Oppo, with all their infinite wisdom, decided to save a few bucks and get rid of that fingerprint scanner. Why? Why would they do it in 2018? I just don't get it. If you do, if you have an explanation, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, software again is going to come down to personal preference, but given the newer Android 8 Oreo on the Realme One, I feel it's going to have a slight edge here. Now for the sundries, the Redmi Note 5 Pro has an advantage in the form of an IR blaster, but the Realme One has dedicated microSD support and also dual VoLTE. And with that, let's now talk price. Well, as of filming this video, we don't know the exact price of the Realme One, but Realme assures us that it's going to be priced very aggressively. In fact, they say it's going to be priced equal to or lower than the Redmi Note 5. Not the Note 5 Pro, but the Note 5. So on the price front, I'm going to say it's going to win. So overall, my 2 cents, if cameras, the features MIUI brings with it, a solid build, a fingerprint scanner and an IR blaster, if these are things that are important to you and you don't mind paying a bit more, then the Redmi Note 5 Pro is a safe choice. But if raw power, a unique looking build, the latest version of Android, dual VoLTE and dedicated microSD are important to you and you can live without a fingerprint scanner, then the Realme will seem very attractive, especially given that it's supposed to be much more cheaper. So these are just our thoughts. What do you think? If you had to choose between these two phones, which one would you pick? Let us know by leaving a hashtag Realme or hashtag Redmi in the comments below. And if you know someone who's looking to buy a phone in this price segment, then do share this video with them. And I guess that's it. If you hated this video, you know what to do. But if you did like it, go ahead, drop this video a giant like, subscribe to C4eTech and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our daily videos. Enough, I must bid you adieu. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4eTech and I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.